Ritisha. Today I will tell you a story. The name of the story is Hundreds and Hundreds of Wags, written by Santini Govindan. So let's start the story. Husky was an unhappy little puppy. All his brothers and sisters had long curly tails, but Husky was born with a very small one. In fact, it was so small that it was little more than a stump sticking out from his rump. As months passed, Husky grew taller and his little chest filled out and his paws grew bigger. Yet his tail did not grow. It stayed just the way it was, a little furry stump on his back. His brothers and sisters would make their tails stand up straight and stiff when they were angry. They could wag their tails when they are happy. They could thumb them on the ground or hide them between their tails when they are unhappy. They could even rush round and round chasing their own tails. It was such fun. Look at Husky's tail, they teased. What can you do with a tail like that? And laughed rudely. Poor Husky was so unhappy that he decided to leave home. One day he ran as fast as his legs could carry him. At last he stopped in front of a meat shop in a busy marketplace. There were a few animals standing around the shop. As Husky saw the large number of bones, his mouth watered. He was very hungry. It was a long time since he has eaten. Suddenly, with a great leap, he grabbed a juicy bone from the table. Just as he bit into the bone, the meat shop owner saw him and shouted. Little Husky was frightened. He felt sad and alone. Then an old dog came there. You are new here, aren't you? He asked. Yes, answered Husky. That was a foolish thing to do, said the old dog. It never works. If you want something, you should look sadly at people, and then when they look at you, you have to wag your tail as hard as you can, like this. Husky stayed silent and looked down. Why, what's the matter? Asked the old dog in surprise. It's my tail. My tail is too small to wag. The old dog began to laugh. What a silly young pup you are, he said. There's nothing wrong with your tail at all. It's good enough for hundreds and hundreds of wags. Wags come from a dog's heart. When a dog is happy, he can wag his tail well. You have never have a wag in your tail because you have always been sad. Think of happy things. Juicy bones, some warm milk and soft bread, a few biscuits to crunch between your teeth and two cats to chase and a warm dry place to sleep. Now think of something that makes you happy. The old dog told Husky. I would like one of those bones over there, said Husky. He stared hard at the bones in the meat shop and slowly his tail began to wag. At first it was hardly a wag, but as he thought more about the bone, the wag became stronger and stronger. Now go up to the man and wag your tail. He may give you a bone, said the old dog. So Husky wagged his small tail at the meat shop owner. He was afraid the meat shop owner would shout and that he would be angry. But most of all, he was afraid that his tail would stop wagging. Husky wagged his tail with all his heart and might. Suddenly, a fat, juicy bone came whizzing through the air. He jumped and caught it. He almost took a bite of it, but then he stopped and dropped it at the feet of the old dog. That's for you, he said. You must have it. But it's your bone, said the old dog. You wagged your tail for it. Oh, never mind, said Husky proudly. I can always get another one. After all, there are hundreds and hundreds of wags in my tail. So, friends, if you like this story, please write in the comment box and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.